Tennessee's Wild Side, broadcast for more than 20 years, was originally created through a vision of the Jackson Foundation. The foundation remains an active and supportive partner in the mission to educate viewers about wildlife, natural resources, and opportunities for outdoor adventure.
Coming up, a young woman who's overcoming obstacles every single day in order to follow a path with great purpose. Then we'll meet up with her mentor, who earns the right to ride in the top 10 and places children among her priorities every time she trains. Before we slow it all down for a ride with a different kind of wildlife as we explore the wonders of the wild side. Hi friends, welcome to the Wild Side. I'm Steve Hall. We're about to introduce you to a remarkable young woman. 25-year-old Julia Hunsberger, a Memphis native, came into this world with birth defects. At age 4, she was involved in a tragic auto accident that could have killed her entire family. But for some of those who have stared down death and survived, it actually seems to increase their courage. So Julia rises above all that has come against her, pursuing a dangerous career in competitive horse training.
A loving Labrador, a turkey named Riptide, a pet pig, and a mini pony. It doesn't take but a moment to pick up on Julia Hunsberger's personality. Add in more than just a few Mustangs, and it's time to talk.
So this is my first makeover horse ever, the first Mustang I've ever trained. She is absolutely a little camera hog, as you can see. But this is Metric. This is the most loving little mare in the entire world with all of the sass. She loves to jump, and that is all she loves to do.
Jumping is also one of Julia's passions, having grown up in the English world of three-day eventing.
And then I saw that the Mustang Challenge was coming to Tennessee, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna at least enter and see if I make the cut. You know, because I figured not many people make the cut. So when I got in, I freaked out and I was like, okay, now I don't know what to do.
But her dad did, so he set about building a regulation round pen tall and strong enough for a mighty Mustang.
There are a lot of things you can do with your life, right? And having the opportunity to do what you want is probably the best thing a parent can do for a child, I think.
So we went and we picked her up, and it was like nothing I've ever experienced, like taking this horse, bringing her into the round pen, and you just have a whole wild horse. Once I started, it felt like my calling.
It's a calling on her life that has every opportunity to show others how many obstacles one can overcome.
I have borderline personality disorder, I have bipolar, I have acute anxiety, I have PTSD, I have panic disorder, ADHD. I have a fantastic support system. And obviously one of the things that has helped me most is being around the horses. They really are therapy. That's what saved me, was horses.
And Julia is surrounded by them.
So this little bay one, this is my off-the-track thoroughbred Denali. She just turned, I believe, 11 or 12.
But sometimes it's still not enough, so what's one more? And when you're thinking about adding another wild horse to the herd, there's nothing quite like an understanding, enthusiastic, and encouraging horse friend.
I was just like over the moon for her. I was like, okay, when are you picking up? Can I please be here to see all of this? We will have known each other for 8 years this summer. We started riding together at an eventing barn nearby, and we just hit it off right from the start. She showed up, and I was just this shy little kid that didn't know how to talk to anybody, and she showed up and she was like, hey, want to be my best friend? And we've been like that ever since.
So 3 days later, a few hours before sunrise, we all head up to Fall Creek Falls Equestrian in Pikeville, where contestants gather for the Extreme Mustang Makeover selection process.
So what we're gonna do is pull numbers from a hat, and which number you pull is the order you get to select your horse.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming. Very exciting.
We're gonna go draw our numbers in just a minute here. So we'll see what we end up getting.
The Mustangs transported from California to Tennessee were gathered from a place in the Modoc National Forest called Devil's Garden.
We're kind of just a little program that not a lot of people know about, and so we appreciate you coming out and supporting us and our horses.
We hope everybody gets their #1 pick. If not, you really can't go wrong.
Be that as it may, everything goes so right for Julia Hunsberger. She draws for a fellow trainer who couldn't make the trip up and gets lucky number 3. When it's her own turn, she draws one higher.
2!
Oh my God. You need to play the lotto.
I just got 2 in.
It takes a lot of pressure off knowing there is only one other person who might choose the horse she has her heart set on.
Let's see, I think there's my guy. Oh, there's my favorite boy. Yeah, the tiny snip.
But like every other contestant here, including those who will choose much later, Julia is asked to make it official.
Julia Hunsberger.
We are going with 9083.
In previous competitions, the Mustang would come down this chute into the trailer, and then the trainer just got what they got. But this time, technology has allowed it to be a little bit different. They've poured over pictures, they've poured over videos, they've looked at color and conformation, and they've been allowed to choose the horse that they believe will give them the best chance to win the competition.
On my list, there's a couple where I literally just wrote color. Like, that was just my thing.
Everybody wants something different and prefers something different. And I think it just is a better way to do it for the trainers because they get some say in what horse they're going to take home.
I picked him because of his age, his height. He's very calm, he's very cute, he has nice movement, nice conformation.
Another of Julia's friends is here to help, although this is relatively new to him.
After she introduced me to him, I've honestly kind of fallen in love with them. There's nothing like them, you know?
We'll see how gentling him goes.
I'm just gonna be there to support her, and I'm gonna do the best I can to help her.
Tell me about his nose.
His nose, I just love the little snip. I think he's precious.
All that's left is loading a 5-year-old untouched wild Mustang into a bright red rental trailer to get him from Pikeville to Franklin. And even that goes better than expected.
I know, it was so easy. Way to go, bud. Look at that boy.
Hello, mister.
I'm extremely impressed with him. I love how he loaded up. I love how he went into the chute. He calmed down really quickly. He just kind of walked right into the trailer and off we go.
In our first stop for gas.
It's hard to imagine what must go through the mind of a wild Mustang as it experiences the sounds inside a metal trailer, the loud and fast movement of passing motorcycles, cars and trucks flying by, and people talking.
All right, bud. We're gonna hit the road again. We'll see you at home.
So Natalie has taken over driving, and we are about 10 minutes home, and we have decided on an official name of Memphis for our sweet boy. So we are very excited to show him off in about 10 minutes here. So let's go Memphis. So the first thing I'm gonna do as soon as we get off the trailer is we take a break and we relax. We have water out, I'm gonna throw alfalfa. I immediately right off the bat want them to just get used to stuff, and I want them to get calm around that being there.
Good morning.
On day 2, he's already brave enough to inch up and take hay from her hand.
You just straight up touched my hand there.
She gets first touch. But even more important in the Mustang training world is getting that tag. It's a rite of passage as the horse begins to trust the trainer.
So here we go, 9083, finally. It's just named Memphis.
On day 7, we return to Julia's Miles to Go farm, where she is joined by Extreme Mustang Makeover top 10 trainer, Aria Farmer.
Her help is something that I absolutely need, because I'm never gonna stop learning.
Still kind of guiding him with your hand. There you go. Almost. Kiss, kiss, good.
This time around, trainers will have a few extra days, but when you're up against contestants from all over the country, it's not really wise to wait on better Tennessee weather. Aria, how's she doing?
Good. Yeah, she's doing really good. I think it's just being more confident with what she's asking.
She really just brings every horse along in a way that it's just so humane and gentle, and it's the way that I really do believe in training also.
It's just finding where you need to really build the foundation with them. It's like some horses are confident on the ground and you can put saddles on them and stuff, but you'll find their weak spot somewhere.
Oh, good one.
I love his little side snip. Like this next week is going to be really getting him responsive on the lunge, soft face ups, so when the saddle time comes, you know, we can get that forward motion.
Since horse training can't really be measured in hours, but understanding, Julia decides not to rush her first ride. Still, it is only 1 month and 2 days after she and Memphis first meet that he lets her climb on his back. Yet again, everything goes better than expected until the mighty Memphis pulls away. It seems to take most everyone by surprise, but you can literally see Julia relax in the moment. Going zen is a term often used around horses, as any recognizable fear or stress is certain to make the situation worse. Remaining completely calm herself, Aria frequently reminds Julia to breathe as Memphis processes having what he might perceive as a predator on his back.
So it was definitely a little terrifying, but you just gotta like completely calm yourself, calm your body, and just breathe and just act like it's all okay.
I'd like her to get out of it safe and sound. No injuries is the first priority, obviously. I just want her to be happy through the whole thing and get as far as she can possibly go.
I think if anyone can win, I think it's her.
She comes from the English world, and this training competition is totally different than that. It's definitely more of like a ranch geared competition. So I feel like she could really, really use a merge of riding styles to really like come out successful.
It's a dangerous and yet incredibly rewarding career which has won Julia the admiration of many and brought her physical and emotional healing that just can't be measured.
I know she's gonna do great. I know she's gonna do the best that she can, and at the end of the day, that's what matters. She's gonna do what's best for the horse, whether or not they win, and that's gonna be great.
For all of us trainers, we want people to see the versatility of Mustangs. We want people to understand what we feel, that bond, that connection. At the end of the day, just a good horse, you know? I just want him to be happy. I am very happy with the fact I got him. I just want him to have a good life. So,
Good day?
that's the end goal.
Pretty dang good day.
In Williamson County, I'm Annette Noel Hall on the Wild Side.
Although there's an auction at the end of the Extreme Mustang Makeover, many of the trainers become so bonded with their horses that they find a way to keep them. We understand. We spent so much time with Memphis and Julia that Annette ended up writing a children's book about this wild horse. You can find out more about all things Mustang by going to our website, wildsidetv.com. There are all types of horse trainers, and the competition can get intense, especially when big expos promote the spectacular sights and sounds of costumes, tricks, and freestyle performances. It's a whirlwind lifestyle where making the top 10 at an Extreme Mustang Makeover can literally change the course of their lives. But for 34-year-old Aria Farmer, it goes even further. She not only trains wild Mustangs for big arena events, she trains them for children.
It looks a little like an equine emergency, but every day between 11 and 2, a middle-aged Mustang named Jolie finds himself a soft, sunny stall and falls fast asleep. Wild at Heart Horsemanship is a peaceful place not far from Franklin, where wild horses are transformed into trusted companions.
That's always my goal with every horse I get. Because, I mean, that's what I do. I do lessons. Most of my lesson horses are my Mustangs.
Aria Farmer is a Mustang Heritage Foundation Extreme Mustang Makeover Top 10 trainer.
I don't put this thought on them like, oh, they're a Mustang, I don't think you need to be around kids. I'm like, no, you're a cool horse. This is part of the program.
If this were a fairy tale and Aria a princess, the fire-breathing dragons have all surrendered.
They learn that real quick that kids are cool and people are fun and they get treats and attention and they are on board.
A life of luxury on a Williamson County ranch must be far better than fighting for food in a dusty, dry desert. The sparse conditions many Mustangs face, as well as years in crowded holding facilities, precipitated the formation of the Extreme Mustang Makeover.
And so I went and watched it in 2010, and I was like, I am doing this. And I did the 2011 makeover. I was really bad with nerves back then. He did good, it was just me that crumbled.
Aria was only 22 at the time, but she already had 7 years experience.
When I was 16, instead of like buying a car, I wanted to get my first horse to train. And so I went on, gosh, years ago. I don't even know what webpage it was. And I was just scrolling and found someone that had adopted a Mustang and they weren't doing anything with him and he was pretty crazy. So I went and was like, perfect, I have $200, I can buy this horse. So I bought him. That was an interesting one, a very humbling experience.
Aria's mother, Christy Hanning, had already established herself with a successful career in the cutting horse industry, while Aria's older sister, Melissa Sanders, took the family equestrian journey even further, jumping her way into the Army as the only woman rider in a detachment of cavalry competitions. So Aria, who started riding as a young child, found her own way in the world of wild Mustang training.
My mom helped me with fundamentals, but as far as like training strategy and everything like that, I'd say just going through it. So honestly, I just kind of tried to find my own style, which I'm still perfecting.
Her style started with her first Mustang Adagio, the one she calls her best horse ever.
Now pull back soft and say back. Good job.
She enhanced her abilities with Maverick in 2011.
Come get a treat.
She named Jolie, the afternoon napper, her 2012 project. Then it was on to Harley, the hardest Mustang Aria says she has ever trained. He was followed by one named Gatsby in 2014. Aria continued to patiently develop and refine her skills, but it wasn't until 2023, after she turned 33, that Aria met little Lily Sureshot by luck of the draw.
You show up and they had already done like a random file selection and they were like, this is your number. Lily was very explosive, very reactive. She was the hardest one that I've ever had to catch. It took me weeks to be able to walk up and just approach her face. So yeah, I didn't ride her until day 20. Once I was on her, it was go time.
As a more confident and accomplished trainer, Aria entered the Williamson County Ag Expo Center with a well-trained Mustang. Their freestyle ride to the theme of hit television series Yellowstone was one of the most talked about performances of the Extreme Mustang Makeover. Aria and Lily finished in 5th place, but far more valuable than a first-place prize
Inside rein is up.
is a wild Mustang finding a forever friend.
Her owner now is 9. She's been riding right at 2 years. She has just started walk trot cantering Lily. They're doing fantastic together. Lily's so sensitive and so sharp, and she really does try to like take care of her owner.
I wanted her because she was beautiful and she was my dream horse, and also my parents sort of surprised me.
It was not on our radar, I would say, a year ago that we would be horse owners, but we really trust Aria and saw how they just work so well together, and we thought, if we get a horse, this is the only way we would start our horse world, and it's been beautiful.
In my dreams, my mind kept telling me, someday this is going to be his horse, someday this is going to be my horse. And I'm like, how do you know that's going to happen? And then I realized it did happen. God put that in my heart.
Lily, she kind of captivated everyone. She's beautiful, but her temperament, she's just sweet. She has this quiet confidence about her, and I think that combined with Aria's confidence helped us feel completely like, okay, we've got this.
I used her at camp before the competition. She was toting kids around. She was being painted up, neon hair, and she went through it. It's like, well, welcome to the domestic life, my friend.
And to be a part of really the culture of the United States and history, and so it's kind of just this beautiful story that we get to be a part of that we're excited about.
He's a needy little thing.
Aria and her sister Melissa are now working with Reuben, a rescued Mustang who has suffered several setbacks with botched training and multiple owners.
Things would be fine and calm, and then he would just explode. He didn't know how to handle stimulus, so we've been working with him for a year now. He's doing great.
Reuben's change in behavior may be due to one of Aria's greatest training techniques. Her 6-year-old son, Oren, is a big part of her child-proofing process.
Sit up. Tap, tap. Come on. Look where you're going.
And so it's so funny because, a lot of times barns are like, quiet, everyone be calm. And I'm just like, make as much noise, because the more noise you make, the more chill your horse is. And so he definitely helps with desensitizing them and getting them used to just things, kids running.
Look at Blossom.
Noises, monster noises, all the things.
And all the things have worked together for Aria's good.
Rein up, outside leg, kiss, and bumping. Good.
Her hard work, perseverance, the adversity that led to opportunity,
Good.
And little Lily Sureshot, the horse that helped Aria attain the title of top 10 Mustang trainer.
Man, she's cool. I love her. She's so smart, and she's been smart from the get-go. Like, once she learns something,
Get her all the way
she's
up.
like, I got it.
We go on trail rides together, we walk together, we have fun together, and that's really what we do and what we're meant to do.
Challenges excite me. I think that's why I love training. I want to see how something starts and finishes, and knowing that I've made that and I've created that and helped mold that. So that's what fulfills me.
We gotta go, Jojo. We gotta go. Gotta go.
Remember the middle-aged Mustang who loves afternoon naps?
He says you're not leaving.
He also loves Aria.
Gotta go, Jojo.
And in the evenings, he doesn't want her to leave
Go.
their wild at heart horsemanship ranch.
Go.
In Williamson County, I'm Annette Knoll Hall
I don't have candy.
on the wild side.
Joe. Gotta go. Goodness.
Aria teaches children as young as 4 all the way up to adult. People often ask her what disciplines she teaches. Her answer? Good horsemanship.
Eyes up.
You can find out more about her, the Mustang Heritage Foundation, and the Extreme Mustang Makeover by going to our website, wildsidetv.com.
If you've ever wanted to help the Mustang, but you don't necessarily have the room for a horse, but you have room in your heart to come and help this event and help this cause, man, we need you.
But if that's still too wild for you and you're looking for an adventure with less horsepower, there are other ways you can ride off into the sunset.
The sun is slowly beginning to set, and the deer that have been nestled in the depths of the woods are now populating this serene landscape. It's calm, it's peaceful, and now it's time to put the pedal to the metal. Let the wind blow through your hair as you take the wheel on Montgomery Bell's Golf Cart Safari.
This is awesome. This is a good thing for little kids. We get to see animals, cruise the golf course. It's great.
It gives them an opportunity to come out on the golf course and see some of the nature and just see the scenic views that are here on the golf course.
Our eager and enthusiastic tour guide is more than ready for this evening's trip. He actually helped launch this progressive program, so he knows all the rules of the road. The tour is politely scheduled after the last golfer makes his final putt.
Back before the 1920s, 1930s, before that, there was no park here. It was just all private land. Then, of course, the Depression came along and the federal government came in and they bought all the land that would become Montgomery Bell State Park.
Now here comes the fun part. Our brains are filled with fresh facts, the gears are going, batteries are charged up, visors are down, and it's time to hit the open track.
The tour generally lasts about an hour.
What makes this journey exceptionally special is how it appeals to any age group and is accessible to almost anyone looking for a fun adventure.
This, you're actually getting out in the park, out in the golf course, and we get to see a lot more nature.
We've been on all kinds of trails. We've been uphill, downhill, we've been on rocky terrain and mountainsides, but nothing has been easier and more fun than this.
We've had several folks that would come out on these cart tours and they enjoyed it so much they may have brought more family members the next time or come back again for multiple return visits.
The only thing that ever stops this golf cart getaway is a severe storm too rough for the ride. But on this particular night, clear skies and warm temperatures encouraged an abundance of wildlife.
What did you see?
I saw a deer, a bird, a squirrel,
And a crow?
a crow.
Yeah.
We did it a long time ago when I was 6. And there's a lot of things to do.
You love animals too, don't you?
Yeah, we both love.
Do you want to be a veterinarian when you get older?
Yes.
And for us getting to share that nature with the visitors, that we'll have the little kids that'll ride and go, wow, we saw like 30 deer on this trip. And that's awesome, getting to share these things that they wouldn't see every day. Thank y'all for coming.
Absolutely.
All right, have a good night.
All right, y'all have a good evening, okay?
Campfire time.
Yeah, it is.
If you notice the lovely young lady in the golf cart with Ezekiel, that was his girlfriend, but not anymore. She's now his wife. We're so happy that Molly Eva Montgomery is now Molly Hall and part of our family. We love her so much. Thank you for joining us. We hope you are inspired to appreciate and protect our natural resources. And if you have to choose sides, always choose the wild side.
I love you too.
Tennessee's Wild Side is a presentation of the Jackson Foundation.